Hello, good evening. It's good to see you. Yay. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm going to jump in straight away and we'll do a little practice at the end, I think, based on what we explore in the journaling tonight. So we are really now past Samhain and dropping into the dark winter months. And this season truly invites us to listen deeply. I always say it. It invites us to be quiet. It invites us to rest. It invites us to slow down. It invites us to have more simplicity, more space. And this is quite a challenge in our world today. For most of us and most of the way our lives are structured, our lives can be filled up. Our minds are filled up with information, distractions left and right. We might even be filling our bodies up with food as we drop into these colder months. And if we go into the winter really full up or burdened with these things, we cannot truly listen. We need to make the space. And that's at all levels. It's in our spaces, our physical spaces, our homes, our work, perhaps. It's in our minds. So it's our beliefs and our thoughts. It can be our judgments, our self-berating, self-criticism. If you try and walk in the forest one day and really empty your mind to be aware of what's going on. I'd say the forest because it's a little easier than walking down the street in a city. But even that can be difficult. It's why so many of us find meditation difficult. The moment we stop, we realize how full our minds are. So there's the mind, there's also our hearts. Are there things on the heart that need to be released? Something, someone, ourselves who need to be forgiven, resentment released, or simply we're holding on to something longer. We've been through a long process of this since Lunasa, the harvest, and then spring equinox, autumn equinox, and Samhain. So now is the moment to really check in. Have I got habits and behaviors that I really don't want to keep bringing with me into this season, into these days ahead? And of course, there are things that are not just done like that. They take time. But when we become aware of them, we can hold them in our intentions to release. So what I wanted to give us to do today was a little bit of time to actually reflect on this. And what might happen is that you come up against some resistance. Now, whether that's around clearing out your closet and actually letting go of some old clothes that you're like, okay, I'm going to do it finally, or it's something on the heart or in the mind, sometimes there can be resistance. When we know that letting go, like the leaves in autumn, create space for the winter, and we have a sense of what the quality of winter really is, then we know there's freedom on the other side of letting go. There is this delicious spaciousness to receive. But the fear can be emptiness. The fear can be, what do I do if I don't have all those things filling me up, filling up the empty space? And this is why our practices to become familiar with the spaciousness, become familiar with rest and letting go, become familiar with being still, just in little moments, little short moments of meditation or awareness, or looking at the stars, or looking at leaves falling. They can help us gradually meet the stillness, the spaciousness, and realize, full of magic, full of potential, how comforting it truly is. So, without talking more about that, I want to invite you to write on your paper. So you could write, or you could put it into blocks perhaps, or depends on how your brain works. You might do some mind mapping and drawings. But we have a few areas. We've got your physical space. That can be home and it could be work. You've got the body. And by the body, I'm going to also include behaviors or habits. You know, the body might be habits in the way you're doing things, yeah, that are filling up space, behaviors, or the way in which you're treating your body. Then we have the mind, which is beliefs and thoughts, any sort of this berating or inadequacy, stress of the mind. And then we have the heart. And that might be unfinished conversations or something you're holding on to. And we'll take a few minutes now. I'll put on the timer and you can just explore. And you can just park some things that are a bit big, that's okay. But just see, be a little honest with yourself. What could be in the way a little bit or ready to release that will give you more space to listen, to feel. All right. Got a couple more minutes yet left, but what you can also do in relation to them is if there's a resistance, note down any resistance. If there's resistance to one or more of them, notice what that resistance might be, bring it into consciousness. And then you might have a column or whatever it looks like on your page, the transformation that you can feel coming as you release. And that might be what the new thought is, or what the spaciousness feels like. See if there's something that you can connect to the transformation. This is the beginning of a process, perhaps, but some might be clear. Okay. So what you might be aware of, but I'll name it anyway, is that the more we release the things that are burdening us, the more we raise our frequency. And as we raise our frequency, the more we are naturally manifesting a different frequency. This is the work. So, given what you've got written down, what you've felt into there for a moment, let's take a few minutes just to Sit comfortably, close your eyes a little bit, or just soften them if you prefer. And I'd like you to, in a sense, contract or tense your body a little bit, and then let it go. Take a breath in and hold, contract a little bit, and then let it go. Take another breath in without contracting and let yourself feel the space within. And let it go. And just for a few moments, as you sit and breathe, to ask you to see if you can listen to the silence. Even if there's noise, listen to the silence behind any noises, any sounds. You might be sensing a different frequency. And now, through your closed eyes, let yourself look into the darkness. Behind your closed eyes, look into the darkness. In whatever way that shows up, whatever that means for you. Let your breath flow naturally. And now for a moment, you can move your arms if you like for this, letting your eyes stay shut. It doesn't need to look a certain way, but let yourself move your arms into the space around you so that you can actually feel the space around you. And whenever it feels good to, just letting the hands rest again and just feeling yourself sitting in the space. Looking into the spaciousness of the darkness and hearing the stillness or the silence behind the noises. And then just take a moment to wrap your arms around yourself like a big hug. You can rub yourself or just give yourself a big hug and feel your physical body now. Feel your density. And then when you're ready, just slowly, slowly opening your eyes. All right. I'm curious. I'm aware of timing, but I'm curious if you've had some experience of spaciousness in a different way or in a way that surprised you or in a way that felt good just by tuning into that frequency in another way, or how you would describe it. You can write it in the chat or you can unmute if you can say it in a few words. It can be incredibly nourishing and supportive. We want to find a way. I mean, this was very short, but we want to find a way to feel grounded or feel connected. I mean, it's okay to, I'm not saying grounded, don't go out outer space. That can feel so nourishing and we need to go there. But if that feels scary, it's a way, find the way to feel this through our bodies. And it is just a frequency. So I wanted to give you that experience when there might be some resistance or some almost unconscious fear of the emptiness, when in fact it can be such a supportive thing and you can go there like that. It's a choice. Change the channel.